My coworker asked me to pose topless for an anatomy book. Okay, 11 days later, there's an update. I have to admit that I didn't wait until I read your reply. I wrote the email to you on a note when both my boss and the coworker in question were not in the office, but my boss was in the next day, and I went in early and told her everything. The coworker in question was immediately terminated. I wrote a report for HR, so he is considered non-rehirable for any future campaigns. His desk was packed while I was writing my report to HR, and by the time I returned to the floor, someone else had even taken his desk. It was kind of emotionally taxing for me to respond to comments, so I didn't, but I did read most of them. Our office is incredibly lax compared to most people's, I would imagine, and my background is mostly in food service, so I was honestly very surprised at how many people had chimed in with, "This is incredibly inappropriate of your coworker to approach you about." I think when one is used to very inappropriate work environments, these sorts of interactions don't expressly present themselves as immediately inappropriate, if that makes sense. My last job was serving for a celebrity chef's restaurant, and one of our servers was being regularly inappropriately touched by a dishwasher. And all that got him was a stern talking to. I'm glad that your readers are in better environments, lol. In regards to a certain comment thread, yes, I was concerned about retaliation. This coworker was not only a former Marine, but a knife fighting instructor. But as other people have commented, I think women in general are concerned about retaliation in our everyday lives, not just when someone we know is harassing us. At the end of the day, this clown couldn't even put any damn effort into making his sleazy scheme smack of the official, so I think he's not likely to put in any extra effort into tracking me down over his part-time job. But I am walking accompanied to transit every night, regardless. Thanks so much for your advice. I do really appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone's comments. I hope that anyone who reads your site knows that they should feel comfortable reporting harassment when they experience it. I'm very grateful that in this case, things were dealt with very swiftly and justly, because I know that isn't always the case. I'm so glad they took it seriously,